Please read the disclaimer. Holy smokus, it ain't no jokus. XRP holders Coinbase CEO just shocked everybody, and now it's canceled or delayed. Hello, beautiful people. Shalom, money makers. So today we were supposed to have the banking committee start talking about the Clarity Act, and well, you'll find out in just a second. But currently, XRP is sitting at $2 and slightly under 10 cents, down minus 1.86% on the day. The market is down. Bitcoin's down about 0.5%, 0.4, Ethereum 0.75%, Solana down 1.27%. In general, you can see most of the market is down today. If we go to the crypto bubbles, you can see it's a mix. There's still two ICP and Dash that are still in the green, but for the most part, the market is pulling back today. It could be on this news, right, that we'll get to in just a second, but it could just be natural after, Bitcoin rallied big amounts in 2 days. Could be that the market is pulling back a little bit. Also remember that last night or yesterday, the stock market really didn't react well to the PPI data. This could be a little bit of a delayed reaction, but things can change intraday. We might be down now. Later today, we could be up. The market is very fluid right now. And where's my button? The roller coaster. Whoa. The roller coaster in the crypto market continues. This looks like, an apocalyptic scenario, right? Maybe like, what are those? We have like, Fallout is a little bit too, The Last of Us. So it will be very interesting to see what happens here. And so the breaking news was Senate Banking Committee has canceled today's voting on the crypto market structure bill after Coinbase CEO withdraws support. Now, we have been talking a lot about this in the past few days. Now, on the 15th, which is today, the Senate Banking Committee will vote on the first part of the Clarity Act, right? Remember, we talked about this last night. There are two parts that needs to go forward. One is in the Senate Banking Committee. The other one is in the Agriculture Committee. It differs by who regulates who. So the Banking Committee regulates the SEC, and the Agriculture one regulates the CFTC. And this happened the same way in the Genius Act, which is a little bit less talked about, maybe. But this is what's happening again. Now, let's see why Coinbase decided to pull out, right? Why did they, decide to cancel their support? And you say, well, why did they pull out? Well, why did they cancel the meeting? Let's take a look. So after reviewing the Senate banking draft text over the last 48 hours, Coinbase unfortunately can't support the bill as written. There are too many issues, including a de facto ban on tokenized equities. Well, that's a big one, right? That's the big one, right? DeFi prohibitions, giving the government unlimited access to your financial records and removing your right to privacy. That's a big one as well, right? Erosion of the CFTC's authority, stifling innovation and making it subservient to the SEC. Draft amendments that would kill rewards on stablecoins, allowing banks to ban their competition. We appreciate all the hard work by members of Senate to reach a bipartisan outcome, but this version would be materially worse than the current status quo. We'd rather have no bill than a bad bill. Hopefully, we can all get a better draft. We'll keep fighting for Americans and for economic freedom. Crypto needs to be treated on a level playing field with the rest of financial services so we can build this industry in a safe and trusted way in America. Now, and he says here, I'm actually optimistic that we will get the right outcome with continued effort. We will keep showing up and working with everyone to get there, right? And I'm with him, on this sense. Yes, we want clarity. We talked about this a lot recently. We want clarity in the crypto market. We want regulations. Why? Because when there is regulations, when there's clarity, then you have big institutions, you have big money that comes in also when there's clarity. You know what the rules of the road are. Then the market is less inclined to be very volatile, right? So that could calm the market down a little bit. Whereas in the past, it was very, very volatile. And again, that could bring investors that otherwise wouldn't be in the market. But if you have a situation where they are stifling growth, stifling the development of the crypto market, and they're also maybe giving an upend to the banks with that, that's part of the rewards on stablecoins. We talked about this a few days ago, how the banks are pushing for this. Of course, it makes sense. If the bank is giving you a 1% yield and you have rewards on stable coins, I don't know, 4%. So you'd go to the 4%, right? And, people are getting more and more confident in the crypto exchanges. Moreover, if they have a bank licenses, then it's basically, people look at, oh, it's just like a bank, right? They have a banking license. Why would I go in, that 1%? And people will take their money out of banks potentially and into these, stable coin accounts. And, it's not good for the banks, right? Because the banks, of course, they make money on the fees that you pay. But a lot of these banks, they use the cash that's sitting in their quote unquote vaults and they invest it. And that's how they make the money, right? So they want the cash flow. If they don't have the cash flow, it's detrimental to them. The first one, the ban of tokenization of equities, that's a big one. That's I don't know what the language is there because he says a de facto ban, right? So it's not like word to word banning tokenized equities, but that's one of the big things that the market is anticipating, waiting for, is tokenization of equities, and the DeFi prohibitions. Giving the government unlimited access to your financial records and removing your right to privacy, that's a big one as well. These are significant amounts of things that make me believe, okay, I understand why they're removing their support. Now, it's interesting that without the support of Coinbase, the banking committee feels that it won't have the amount of votes to pass, right? Because if the Congress people are like, oh well, Coinbase says that this is not a good deal, they have been working with crypto companies in order to get this through. Well, now Coinbase just pulled out. Okay, maybe we need to rethink, because if the biggest exchange in the US, you could say maybe Coinbase, Robinhood also has crypto. So, but one of the biggest in the US hasn't given its support to this bill. It's most likely not going to pass. And Eleanor has been giving us updates on the markets. As Justin, the Senate Banking Committee has decided to pull tomorrow's scheduled market structure markup following today's drama with Coinbase. It's unclear whether a new date has been set. So right now, we don't know when the next date is going to be. The date for the Agriculture Committee was at the end of the month. And so you'd think that they would want both of them to get this done, at about the same time. Senator Tim Scott, who is the head of the banking committee, chairman of the banking committee, says, I've spoken with leaders across the crypto industries, the financial sector, and my Democratic and Republican colleagues, and everyone remains at the table working in good faith. As we take a brief pause before moving to a markup, this market structure bill reflects months of serious bipartisan negotiation and real input from innovators, investors, and law enforcement. The goal is to deliver clear rules of the road that protect consumers, strengthen our national security, and ensure the future of finance built in the United States. The fact is that maybe because they have so much support around this, both sides, Democrats, Republicans, right? Could be that, one person said, oh, put this in. If you've ever seen this, like these Washington shows, right? If you put this in, I'll do this for you. And then maybe we got to a situation where these things that maybe, were not good for the crypto market, but some senator, had some lobbyist that was pushing him to get something in, push something in, right? And so maybe we got to that situation where like everybody was, oh, this is good. But actual crypto companies are like, no, this is not good. So that's the situation we're in right now. Maybe we'll see, in a week or two, updates of what they're changing, what they're removing, and then it will be very interesting to see how the market reacts. It's not that the market, sold off big time or anything like that, but the momentum kind of halted a little bit from yesterday. we'll see what happens today. Will be very interesting. If we're looking just at XRP again, we have seen the momentum slow down a little bit. I'm wondering where the fear and greed index is right now. Ooh, 61. We jumped into the greed. So just Bitcoin needed to go up a little bit, and that's it, right? We're back into the greed. I don't know if that is scary or not. Just because, are we greedy? Like, are you less? Okay, so I'm an investor, not just in XRP. Of course, I have a diversified portfolio. By the way, this video is for educational purposes, for entertainment purposes only, not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence before you decide to invest. Very, very important. But I'm diversified, right? So, I have other assets, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana. I own all of them. I own many altcoins. I don't feel much different than I felt a week ago or 2 weeks ago. So it's very surprising to me that we went from, basically extreme fear to now we're in greed, 61, with just Bitcoin going up a little bit. I don't feel that there is renewed confidence in the market. Let me know in the comment section, what do you think? Do you feel that that is the situation, that that is what's going on? It's very interesting to see how the market is going to play out. A lot of people were talking about mid-January, February, mid-February, about when the market could start seeing some significant movements. Maybe that's the reason why. Again, we'll see how the market plays out. It's going to be very interesting. A lot of people were anticipating for today. Today didn't happen. This is why, again, with same thing I said last night when I was referencing the Supreme Court decision. All these things that are happening, they're dynamic. They can move. The dates can change. They can get rejected. The votes can fail. It's funny to me that the market puts so much on this, but this is just how it is. In the days of algos, in the days of low liquidity, the markets are moved, manipulated when we have news like this. So it's very important to remember that. As always, check out the links in the description down below. Join the free and open Telegram group if you are interested. And don't forget to smash the like button. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you next time.